When it comes to FNAF fan games, you got your modern ones, Juniors, By the Freddy's, FNAF in Real Time. Too late. You also got your classics. Candy's, Pop Goes, Return to Freddy's, unfortunately. But you also have thousands of unexplored FNAF fan games, aka those that didn't get played by YouTubers if we're being honest. So I went digging, picked out some noteworthy ones. Some of these are gonna be good, some not so good, but hey, it's all part of the fun. Like and subscribe and let's start. First up, a game called Crawl Space. So you know the event system in Ultimate Custom Night? Well, this game is just that, but a game. This game came out June 11th, 2024, so it's fairly new. This game is well made, the assets look good, it uses a lot of other people's models, yeah, but there's nothing really wrong with that. I like all the renders. Also, I just love custom nights where the higher you set the difficulty, the more sinister or aggressive the animatronic looks on the selection screen. Here we see them getting closer and closer, the higher the difficulty. I just think that's neat. As for the night gameplay itself, well, it depends on what enemies you pick. You spend the game on these cameras. You never get to see your office. Now, if you know me, and you probably don't, but if you do, you know that I like resource management in my FNAF games. You know, risk and reward, having to make sure you don't use up everything you have. Well, this game lacks that. There is no power meter. It's a very, when X character shows up, do Y kind of FNAF game. However, it does remind me of FNAF 4 in a strange way. Like, FNAF 4 had you walking around and defending yourself. Your flashlight didn't have a limited battery, or your house wasn't gonna lose power or anything. Which is good because whatever will you do if your wooden door doesn't have power? But you did have to manage your enemies. If you were too slow or messed up, they could easily overwhelm you. And that is sort of the case in this game too. You have a lot of characters to keep track of, and it's fun trying to keep everyone from killing you. Managing your enemies here is really important, cause if one of these wackos goes out of line, it can all go to shit. So even if there's no power meter, you still need to develop strategies to take care of these guys as efficiently as possible. That's all there really is to it. The game looks good, the sound design is decent, it's mostly sounds from FNAF games. I mean, this is a custom night game, so the gameplay is really the focus here, but what the fuck is System Error Toy Bunny doing here? Bro, who invited this guy to the party? Although the game is a little repetitive, I found it fun anyway. It's a open up, play for like 10 minutes and then leave kind of game. It is just simple Five Nights at Freddy's custom night fun. It's not gonna blow your socks off, and if you're looking for that, I absolutely recommend checking this game out. Next up is Torture Nights. That's personally what I call really slow internet. This game is simple. You have 3 doors, one on the left, one on the right, and the door to the vent. You have 4 enemies, this weird Shadow Freddy guy, Withered Freddy, Mangle, and this Withered Toy Chica. Oh, and you have Bonnie chilling in your office because, well, look at him, he clearly needs support right now. Mangle comes for the vent, and when they are at the vent, close it. Same with Toy Chica, but for the doors. Freddy, just shock him. This thing is the Golden Freddy. Put up your cameras. Now this game is simple. There's nothing really that makes it stand out, but I wanted to talk about it because of the AI. So both of these guys get closer and closer. When they get into their attack phase, they're really close and their head is shaking. However, the AI is fucked in the head. Listen to this clip. Yeah, Chica gave me like 2 seconds and we are on night 2. Overall, there's nothing really special about this game. It's not bad. It really is just sort of run of the mill. But if that's what you're looking for, then the link is in the description. Which, I have the link for every game in the description. This game was actually hard, and I can't tell if that's just because I'm bad, or because the AI is so RNG based and sometimes like to stay at your door for forever. I don't know, maybe a mix of both. The scenery and overall pizzeria looks sorta bland, like it's mostly just empty, except this guy chilling in your office for some reason. Also, excuse me, but the game is called Torture Nights, and not anywhere is there shown a deception of torture. False advertising, man. Five Nights at Zatius. Zatius? I don't know who Zatu is, but let's spend 5 nights at his place. This game piqued my interest because it's a bit silly. We are Justin Afton, and we work here. We get captured by one of the bunnies and get stuffed into a fursuit. Now why didn't they just kill us? I don't know, but they didn't. This game gives us some lore throughout the nights, but the first paragraph got me lost. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is some sort of AU or headcanon, so that might be why. We have slightly blue Bonnie and green Bonnie. These guys make their way into your office, and when they're there, you press H. However, when Foxy and Freddy get in, you press L. There's also Springtrap. For some reason, yeah, why not have this bunny with a corpse inside of it at your restaurant? When he gets in, you just activate the fire alarm. Now, why would this guy that survived multiple fires be scared of fire? And why do the others not care at all? Your guess is as good as mine. This game is just boring. There's like no resource management, and it's not like the enemies overwhelm you or you need to keep track of them or something. When X animatronics shows up in your office, do I? It's just boring and easy. I've spent most of the time waiting in the office, and when one of these goobers walk in, I press a button. Not to mention, if Freddy and one of the bunny huckles come in, you can hide and have the flashlight off at the same time. What could make this a little better is like a way to slow the animatronics down, and so you can either hide or have the flashlight off, not both at the same time. This will make it so you have to track the animatronics on the cameras and make sure they don't catch you at a bad time where you cannot defend for both. If you're thinking my idea sounds similar, it's because it most likely does. The Joy of Creation living room level. Overall, This game also has these bland empty rooms. The gameplay is really the biggest problem here though. You know, after playing this game with these two Bonnies, my Bonnie fix hasn't been failed yet. I want more! So let us play One Night at Bonnie's. This game also has some RNG problems, but let's talk about it later. You're in this pizzeria, your enemies are Bonnie, Toy Bonnie, Rockstar Bonnie, Nightmare Bonnie, Plushtrap, and Springtrap. Yet for some reason, yet another family-friendly pizzeria just wants to keep a corpse inside of their business. The way you deal with the animatronics is really basic, quite similar to the last fan game we talked about. There's just not much to it. You do have a spooky toxic bar, but it's not like that's actually a noteworthy threat. So, you might be saying to yourself, okay, obviously this oh yeah wannabe is about to get to the point where he copes and explains how he wasn't able to beat the game, and tries to blame it on the game. And you'd be right, this is that part. I present Exhibition A. Watch this clip. I called Bonnie back to the stage like, hey bro, get the fuck out of my door. And he did. But 3 seconds later, he changed his mind, locked the door with Rockstar Bonnie behind him, the audio now on a recharge timer, and Toy Bonnie in the ventilation. Wait, but maybe what you have to do is check how far away he is in relation to Rockstar Bonnie. And if it looks like they will arrive together, you send Bonnie back before he enters the door. But nope, that doesn't work. However, I went back to read how to deal with him, and you're supposed to apparently play the sound and then close the door. Who are you closing the door for when he's over there? Anyway, you see this sanity meter? I don't know how it works. My real life sanity meter is not doing so well right now though. But hey, at least the pizzeria is visually appealing. There's actual things for you to look at in the cameras, not just empty rooms with black and white tiles. It really makes this pizzeria seem much more real and not just like a game map. Well, yeah, so sometimes the RNG can mess you up. And this game, just like most of the ones we talked about, is, yeah, just, oh, when this animatronic arrives, do this thing. Don't get me wrong, this game is not bad, so weren't the other ones really. They just have some flaws, but the people that made these games should still be proud of themselves. Making a game is no easy task after all. But overall, this Bonnie game has some pretty lackluster gameplay, and a bit of its balance is, well, wacky. But if this looks like something you'd enjoy, I'd definitely give it a try. So those were just some FNAF fan games that went fairly unnoticed in the cesspit FNAF fan games go home. Game Jolt. I really enjoy giving more unpopular FNAF fan games a try. There's a lot of unique stuff to say the least, and sometimes you genuinely find like a really fun game. Sorry if I was a little too harsh on the games, this is mostly for entertainment purposes. Let me know if I should do more of these kinds of videos. Like and subscribe, I hope you enjoyed the video. This was GameSpeaking and goodbye.